Hi everybody, welcome to my Daytona 500 preview show. I am Nascar Adam, and of course, I shall be your host for this endeavor. Like I said, Daytona 500 preview show, just over 24 hours away till the 500, at least where this guy sits. And there's still snow on the ground, which is very depressing. But anywho, we're going to pretend like we're sitting there on Lake Lloyd and getting ready to watch an awesome nationwide race today, which Danica Patrick is on the pole for that. Good job, Danica, or maybe more importantly, good job, Tony Gurry and all the boys back in the shop for that. First time a woman sat on the pole in the Nationwide Series since 1994 at Atlanta when Shauna Robinson did it. So, nice little historical fact for you there. But, anywho, touch a little bit on the truck race yesterday. I thought it was pretty tame for the most part, until the end when people lose their minds. And that hard hit by Miguel Paludo. Ooh, coming off turn 4, it was nasty. It was just like Danica Patrick's off turn 4. But the wall's a lot closer over there, so he didn't have as much time to scrub off speed, and it was nasty looking. Crazy, crazy stuff. And Joey Coulter going up into the fence on the last lap, that was nuts. Haven't heard anything about any fans being injured, so that's good if that stays true. But you know Todd Bodine has to be like, so close when Johnny Sauter got spun up in the tri-oval and by John King, by the way, and Todd Bodine went by him, and then the caution came out here. He's just sitting there going, so close. But congrats to John King. Good stuff, good stuff. Eighth start in your winner at Daytona. So good for him. All right, Daytona 500. Start off with the bad news. I looked at the Weather Channel and it said 50% chance of rain all day tomorrow. So it's like, I was really hoping not have to call into work Monday, sit and watch that race. But we'll get it in tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow, Sunday, God is a racing fan, so it'll all work out fine. A few changes for this year. Of course, the longer rear bumpers on the back and the pressure changes for the radiator. Little things, still a lot of overheating though. But the biggest one probably from last year is the radio chatter, talking back and forth from drivers, which I thought it was cool to listen to. Really neat to see how they orchestrated everything. But it gets back down to the real roots of racing now. It's like it's just all feel, and you can use hand signals, and you just go, or you don't know what's going on. So if you still see the tandem, that's still going to be there, and I think that's how you're going to win the race is by being hooked up with somebody. So we'll see what happens. A few little fun facts for the 500. It is the 54th running, and for the past 10 years, we have had 10 different winners, starting with 2002 with Ward Burton, which that was an awesome race. Ward Burton, Michael Walter, Dale Jr., Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth, Jamie McMurray, and Trevor Bayne. All 10 different winners. And the last 6, starting with Johnson in 06, have all been first-time Daytona 500 winners. So it's really cool. I love seeing new winners. Hopefully we'll see one this year too. And you have some good shots at first-time winners. Tony Stewart, there's a big one. Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle, which Edwards and Biffle have had really strong cars so far. So maybe we'll see another new face in victory lane. And also Mark Martin, 28th start this will be for him in the Great American Race. 0 victories in the 500. Came so close in 07 with Harvick. Ooh, Harvick. So close. So I think it's going to be a long shot, though, for Mark to win this one, but who knows. Repeat winners, plus we have plenty of winners in the field. Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr., Harvick, Gordon, Johnson. So all big shots, too. So it's kind of like half and half. You might see a new winner. You might see your favorite come back and win it again. Hard to tell. Dark horses. There are a few dark horses in there, but I think the dark horse with the biggest shot, Eric Almirola. That number 43 Petty Motorsports car, really fast. He led the 4th practice, and he's in one of those Fords, which has been strong all weekend. And if I had to pick a super dark horse, and I don't know if I still want to call him a super dark horse because he's looked really good all throughout Speed Weeks. Looks great in the shootout and his duel, Marcus Ambrose. Looking good. So I initially said super dark horse, so I don't know about that. Maybe he should be the dark horse and Eric is super dark horse. But anywho, there's no reason, if they keep clean, those two shouldn't have top 10, if not top 5 days. So watch out for those two. All right, it's time to get down to the real business predictions for the 500. I have my big board, and I've laid it out in a certain way that I'm going to explain to you. I've got 4 rows here, and they're listed by manufacturer, as I'm sure most of you would know. Chevy's up top, black. the blue ovals in blue here, Dodgers in red, and the Toyotas in green down here. Now these are my top picks for each of the manufacturers. Take a look. What? What do you mean I can't pick all these guys? Well, why not? It's not the whole field. No. It's a lot of the field. Okay, I'll narrow it down. Jeez. I'll pick one. Do it the hard way, huh? Alright, I'll pick one. Chevy, Ford, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get rid of some of these guys. We're going to start up here with Chevy. Who do I think has the best shot? Harvick won 07, Junior 04, Stewart won the July race, never the 500. Start throwing those beer cans now because I am getting rid of Junior. And it's not really for any big reason. It's the hunch. Harvick's been really awesome lately on restrictor plate tracks, and Stewart is good and just might be due. So, nothing against Junior. It's just the gut feeling. All right, let's get rid of a Ford down here. They've all been fast. Your front row's here. Kansas, he's got his checkered flag for Speed Weeks. I think he can take a back seat. You got your checkered flag. That's the only one you're getting. All right, we'll skip the Dodgers since they only got 2. Well, they got 3. Robbie Gordon, which not going to happen. Toyotas, a couple Gibbs boys, Hamlin and Busch, and Clint Boyer. Remember I picked Boyer for the shootout, and he let me down? I haven't forgotten you, Clint. You're not winning the 500 in my book. Really hasn't impressed me much all Speed Weeks. And I thought, he's a good racer, and he should do well, but just hasn't impressed me. All right, we'll go back up like this. Busch and Hamlin. Of course, Kyle Busch won the Busch shootout. Hamlin led a lot of his duel. I think what you're going to need, though, is a lot of tenacity. So Hamlin, nice guy, good driver, should have a good finish, but I'm not picking you. If I had $1 to put on the race, I would not put it on you. Dodgers, Kozlowski, Allmendinger. Brad's good at these races. Looks good at the shootout the other night. AJ got his checker flag at the Rolex, but that's part road course, so that only counts for half. Sorry, AJ. Sorry. Just don't see it happening. All right, 2 remaining boards. Edwards and Biffle, your front row for this Daytona 500. What was it I said about tenacity and who's going to? You got to fight for it. You got to be smart, but be willing to be a little crazy. Which means Biffle's gone. Biffle's good, though. Remember when McMurray won, Biffle was right up there with him. I think Edwards has a slight edge for me. All right. This is going to be a hard one. Kevin Harvick, Mr. Restrictor Plate. Stewart was Mr. Restrictor Plate for a little bit back there, winning those July races for a few years. And he's also good in the Nationwide Series, which he's in it today. And what's it going to be, like 5 for 5 if he wins that thing? Crazy. Everybody just go home. Let's do it right around there. So, what's it going to be? My gut, and it's just a gut because they're both awesome. I think I'm going to have to get rid of Happy. So long, Happy. Stewart finished second in the Bud shootout. He knows these races. Top Chevy pick. If you're rooting for a Chevy, here's your guy. If you're rooting for a Ford, Dodge, Toyota, those are your guys. But I still have to pick one, right? Still got to pick one. Well, not going to get skip ahead. It's just you got to have some people willing to work with you. It was kind of odd. He and Ambrose paired up during the shootout. So you could find someone. That's what I like about the pack is you just kind of run in the pack. Then when it comes time to do the tandem, you're just like, who am I around? Okay, let's go. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to worry about teammates so much. 3 big guns here. Who am I going to get rid of? Kyle, great in the shootout. Second fastest in that last practice, but I don't know. Just haven't seen all that much in practice. And he said this car was scary to drive. So I'm like, oh, well, then it's going to be really scary to pick you. So here we go. Our last 2 men standing. Smoke, your defending champion. Edwards, the pole sitter. Ironically enough, the pole sitter nor the defending champ has not won the Daytona 500 since Dale Jarrett did it back in 2000. Edwards hasn't won at Daytona. Stewart, a lot of wins at Daytona, never in the 500. There's one thing that makes me want to pick one guy over the other, and it's cooling. Even though it's not going to be that warm, your engine heat is going to be a big factor in the race, and which kind of can cool your car better? Blue oval. And if there's one advantage I think Edwards has over Stewart, it's the cooling, which of course is for the tandem, which means he can push for a long time at the end and then just pop out right at the end and win this bad boy. So, get rid of smoke. There's your Daytona 500 winner. Carl Edwards, redemption from last year. Finished second in the championship and in this race. He's going to start off this year letting us know that he is one to be something with. My vocabulary just left me. Basically, you're going to have to fight him all year long. I didn't do my Roush Fenway show, but that's my pick for the championship right there. Going to start off the year in first, going to finish it in first. Now, we'll come back after the 500, and you can all laugh at me if I'm wrong. He blows up on the first lap. It's racing. Anything can happen. I just hope for a good race. Like I said, first-time winner, always a fan of that. Someone repeats and comes back after 10 years, that'd be cool too. I just love the race. So there you have it. Carl Edwards is my pick. Hope that makes you Ford people out there happy. Sorry, Junior fans, I nixed him so early. But, like I said, if he wins, send your beer cans this way. Enjoy the race, folks. Nationwide race coming up here shortly. And I'll probably see you on Monday. Take care.